Welcome back. I am the Electrical Code Coach from electricalexamcoach.com, and this is lesson 2.2 in our video series. And in this lesson, we're going to be diving headfirst into load calculations. Grab your book and head to Article 120. Article 120 is broken down into 8 sections. Part 1 is general, then branch circuits and feeders. This is where we're going to spend the most of our time in parts 1 through 3. But then when we get to part 4, we're going to learn about what are called the optional method for doing service and feeder load calculations. Now you may be like me and you hear the word optional and you think either or, but that's not the case. This is actually a second method for doing load calculations called the optional method. Don't worry about it right now. You're going to be a pro by the end of this series. Then you get into farm loads, healthcare, marine and boatyards, and recreational vehicles, which we will sprinkle throughout the program. But during this session, we're going to be focused on residential, single, multifamily, and two-family dwelling units, as well as commercial load calculations. Let's get to it. When doing Article 120 load calculations, we're going to be rounding up when it's 0.50 and above, and we're going to be rounding down when it's 0.49 or less. And this type of rounding we're only going to be doing one time. You wouldn't want to round at each microtransaction in a calculation. You would end up with a very strange number. But instead, we're going to do our full calculation and then round up or down accordingly. And this type of rounding is only allowed inside of Article 120. Now, there are other parts of the code that deal with rounding in their article, but this 0.49 and 0.50 business can only be applied in Article 120. Let me show you how it works. Let's imagine we have a 26 amp load, and let's say this load has to be multiplied by 1.25. You'll understand why some loads have to do that later on in the program. And let's imagine we end up with 32.5 amps. Well, our calculation's all done, so now we round. And in this case, we would round up. And let's imagine that we had a 25 amp load, and it also needed to be multiplied by 1.25. We would take it, get our total, and then, in this case, we would round down. Let's get to it. When doing Article 120 load calculations, we're going to be using nominal voltages. Although out in the real world, it may read 115, 230, 116, 236. Thankfully, when we're doing load calculations, we're going to be using those system voltage numbers like 120, 122.40, 122.08, 277.480, and so on. The first thing we're going to learn how to calculate is all of our general lighting and receptacles in places like bedrooms and living rooms. This is going to be true for single-family dwelling units, two-family dwelling units, and multifamily dwelling units. But how do you tell the difference between all three? A single-family dwelling is just like it sounds. It is a standalone structure for a single family. Now, there are some types of building construction where they are connected to another structure and still classified as a single-family dwelling. So make sure that you know which one you are wiring. And of course, a duplex is a two-family dwelling, and then anything that is 3 units or more is considered a multifamily dwelling unit. The first thing we need to learn about dwelling unit calculations is how do we calculate our general lighting and our general receptacles? Do we have to count each light fixture and receptacle and do some math? Thankfully, the answer is no. And let me be clear, what I'm getting ready to teach you is going to include receptacles in areas like hallways, living rooms, and bedrooms in general areas, and it's going to include all of the lighting, interior and exterior, on a dwelling unit. What we're going to do is we're going to calculate our total square foot, and we're going to multiply that by 2 watts per square foot. And that's it. It's that simple. Now, throughout the program, you're also going to hear it called 2 VAs. And we're going to learn here in a moment what a VA is, but I need you to be familiar with both terms because in your code book, it's going to say VAs. In your questions in the testing center, it's going to say VAs. You might have the question listed in VAs and the answer listed in watts, and you have to know that for our calculations, they are equivalent. But the question is, what is a VA? A VA is a volt amp, and for our testing, it's equivalent to a watt. So it's true to say that 2400 VAs is equivalent to 2400 watts. When calculating our general lighting and receptacle loads, we will use the outside dimensions of the building or structure. When doing these calculations, we will not count open porches or detached garages or areas that are not adaptable for future use. Now, in the testing center, they will say whether or not it's adaptable or not adaptable for future use. Out in the real world, you can work that out with your electrical inspector. Let's go ahead and dive right in. How many VAs would you calculate before demand factors? And I'll teach you what a demand factor is here in just a little bit. In a home that is 1,500 square foot of living space on the main level, with a 500 square foot attached garage and a 500 square foot unfinished basement that is adaptable for future use. Step 1, we're going to find the total square foot that we're working with. Well, we know we're going to have the 1,500 general. We know that we're going to have the 500 attached garage, and we're also going to count the unfinished basement because in this case, it says it is adaptable for future use. When we total that all up, it equals 2,500 square foot. When we take and multiply by our 2 VAs per square foot, we learn that the total on this before demand factors is 5,000 VAs. And you would select D. Great job. Let's do another. How many VAs would you calculate before demand factors in a home that is 2,800 square foot, a living space on the main level, with a 500 square foot upstairs bonus room and a 500 square foot open front porch? Step 1, we're going to find how many square feet we are working with. 2,800 general, of course, and then we are going to count this 500 for the upstairs bonus room. I do want to note that the bonus room is a part of the general square foot, but question makers will put things like this in the question to throw you off and see if you know your stuff. There's no such thing as a flex room. There's no such thing as a bonus room. It's just another room. You're going to wire it like a room, and you're going to calculate it like a room. But in this case, we are going to omit the front porch because it is an open front porch. Now, let's total it up. When we take and total it up, we end up with 3,300 square feet. Now we take that and multiply it by 2 VAs per square foot. When we do the math, it ends up being 6,600, and we select C. Now that we've learned how to calculate our general lighting and receptacles, what about our kitchen and our laundry room? Let's learn those now. In every whole dwelling unit load calculation, you will have 2 small appliance branch circuits. These are to serve the countertops, the dining room. They're also allowed to serve the refrigerator. If you've ever wired a home and wonder why we pull 2 circuits, well, it's because there's a code that tells us we have to. And if you've ever wondered how we calculate those, this is how you calculate them. Each one is calculated at 1,500 VAs each. And when it comes to the laundry, we're also going to calculate it at 1,500 VAs, which is a total of 4,500 VAs. I want to let you know out in the real world, if you add on more kitchen circuits, each one of them is an additional 1,500 VAs added to your load calculation. But when you're doing exam prep testing, they usually default to the minimum unless your question specifically reads that there's more than 2 kitchen circuits. I just wanted you to know that just in case you run into that. The easiest way to do it anytime we're doing a whole house load calculation is we are going to first figure out our general square foot VAs. So up here in the top right corner, let's imagine we have a 2,000 square foot house. We multiply it by 2 VAs. That gives us 4,000 square foot VAs. Now all we have to do is tack on our 4,500 for our 2 small appliance and 1 laundry circuit. Now here's the catch. You only do this during a whole house load calc. You won't tack that 4,500 onto like a dryer or range individually. It's only when you're doing your general lighting and receptacles during a whole house load calculation. You figure your generals, then you tack on your 4,500 for your 2 small appliance and 1 laundry. Then once you total those 2 together, you're going to then apply a demand factor, which we'll learn how to do here in just a little bit. That's the end of lesson 2.2. You can head over to electricalexamcoach.com to unlock the quizzes, flashcards, and everything in the pro version. Let's get to it.